Welcome to the second video of 8.1.8.2. So we're going to convert between polar and rectangular coordinates, and we're going to also graph polar equations by converting to the rectangular equation and then vice versa. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Here I have some angle theta. Well, the cosine of theta, that would be the x over the r, that's adjacent over hypotenuse. And I could solve this equation for x just multiplying r by both sides. I would get x is equal to cosine theta. And so that's where this equation comes from, x equals cosine theta. And then we can do the same thing for y. Okay, because we would have that the sine of theta would be the opposite over the hypotenuse, so y over r, and then solving for r, multiply both sides, or sorry, solving for y, multiply both sides by r, and we would get y equals sine theta. Okay, so those are going to be really the key that's going to unlock our ability to be able to convert between polar and rectangular coordinate systems for coordinates and also equations. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going on this one. We're supposed to find the rectangular coordinate system. We're given an r and we're given a theta. Okay, so x equals r cosine theta. So we'll just plug what we know in there. R is 2, and we would take cosine of theta, which is 3 pi over 4. And just using my unit circle, let's see, cosine of 3 pi over 4, that is negative square root of 2 over 2, and so my x value is negative square root of 2. And then we'll do the same thing for y. Y equals r times sine of theta, so y is equal to 2 times sine of 3 pi over 4, and this would give us a positive root 2 over 2. So that means that our rectangular point, or a point in the rectangular system, would be at negative square root of 2 and positive square root of 2 for x and y. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, so we have an r and we have a theta. So here we would, x is equal to 4 times cosine of theta. So we would have 4 times, well, let's see, cosine of negative 2 pi over 3. Well, cosine is an even function. Okay, so that means it's going to be the same as cosine of positive 2 pi over 3. Okay, so we'll simplify that up a little bit. And then cosine of 2 pi over 3, that is negative 1/2. And so that gives me an x of negative 2. And now I need to get my y. Y equals 4 times sine of negative 2 pi over 3. But sine is an odd function, so this would be the opposite of sine of 2 pi over 3. So that would give us negative 4 times sine of positive 2 pi over 3. And then that just simplifies down 4 times square root of 3 over 2. And so my y is a negative 2 root 3. So that gives us a point there of negative 2, negative 2 root 3. Okay, so I'm going to just scoot over here for d. So I have an r of negative 3 and a theta of pi over 3. Okay, so we just kind of chug along here. So our x is negative 3 times cosine of pi over 3. And that would be negative 3 times 1/2. And then our y, negative 3 times sine of pi over 3. So we'd get negative 3 times square root of 3 over 2. And put that together. Our point in the rectangular system is negative 3 over 2 and negative 3 root 3 over 2. So you get the idea. Nice. Okay, so now we can do a few more. Let's see, I'll do d down here, I have an r of 5 and I have a theta of 0. So if I had my polar system, okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I need to come out to 5, and then my angle is 0. So that's right here, and on the polar and the rectangular coordinate, it's the same thing. X is 5, y is 0. And we can see why that works. X equals cosine of 0. Cosine of 0 is 1. Okay, so that's how we get our x value of 5. And then y is 5 times sine of 0. Whoops, that's a 0, not a theta. And that would be 0. Sine of 0 is 0. Okay, so there we have our rectangular coordinate matching our polar coordinate. That was D. And now let's look at E. We have our r is theta and our r is 5 and our theta is pi. So let's just look and see where that is. That's out at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at an angle of theta. Okay, so this looks like it'll be at the point -5 for x and y of 0. And we'll just see why that works. X equals 5 times cosine of pi, and cosine of pi is -1. So that gives us the x value we thought it would be, and then y equals 5 times sine of pi, which is 5 times 0. Now in this next example, we're going to go backwards. So we're going to be given some x and some y. Okay, so we'll have some point with an x and a y. X and a y. Okay, so now the angle here, theta, that would be, I just have opposite and an adjacent, so that would be tangent of theta is equal to opposite, which is y, over adjacent, which is x. So that's where that comes from, the equation, tangent theta equals y over x. And then Pythagorean theorem gives us this next one. R squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So here's my r. Okay, so we're going to use those to go back and forth. So here I'm given an x and I'm given a y. Well, r squared is equal to x squared, so negative square root of 2 quantity squared, plus y squared, so square root of 2 quantity squared. So that would give me that x squared is equal to positive 2 plus positive 2. So that would be r is equal to either 2 or r is equal to -2. -2. It's just in this problem we're limited. We're only looking at positive r values. So I'll go ahead and just drop that one, and that gives me my r is 2. Okay, now let's work on our angle. So I know that tangent of whatever my angle is, I don't know it yet, but we'll find it, is equal to the y over the x. So tangent of theta is equal to square root of 2 over negative square root of 2. So tangent of theta is equal to -1. Well, tangent is -1 at two angles. That is at 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. Because it needs to be in quadrants. Let's see, tangent's negative in quadrant 2 or quadrant 4. Well, how do you know how to put these together to have the correct polar equation or polar coordinate? My hint is go ahead and just graph this with the x and the y. We have a negative x and we have a positive y. So let's see, I am in quadrant 2. So I need the point in quadrant 2. And so put all that together. I've chosen the correct r value. I've chosen the correct theta. So that gives me a point at 2 for r and 3 pi over 4 for theta. Okay, let's try another one. This one, let's see, what quadrant's it going to be in? We're back -2 and down negative 2 root 3. Here's my theta. Okay, so here we go. We know we're in, let's see, quadrant 3. So let's see, r squared. Well, we know how to get there. Negative x squared plus negative y squared, or x squared plus y squared. Done. So we have r is equal to either positive or negative square root of 4 plus, that'd be 4 plus 3, so that'd be 12. So we have r is equal to either, that'd be square root of 16, so either r is 4 or r is negative 4. And we'll let that one go. It's not a bad point, just not in this particular problem. Okay, so we have r of positive 4. Okay, now let's sneak up on our theta. Okay, tangent of theta is y over x. So y is negative 2 root 3 over x, which is negative 2. So that gives us that tangent of theta is square root of 3. And that happens, oh, where does that happen at? It's positive, square root of 3. So it would be pi over 3, or theta equals 4 pi over 3. All right, and we need to be in quadrant 3, so pi over 3 isn't going to get us where we want. So we're going to choose the correct angle, 4 pi over 3, and put all that together. And our polar coordinate is r of 4, theta of 4 pi over 3. And that one is done. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's see. I'm in x and y. Sometimes it's hard to keep straight. Okay, so where am I? I have an x value of 0 and a y value of 5. It's up at 5. Well, to get around over here in the polar system, we would come at an r of 5 and then an angle of pi over 2. Okay, so draw the pictures. It really helps. And then keep in mind these are the ways that we're going to convert, unless it's just a nice easy point on one of those x or y axes, and then we don't have to do all the calculations.